Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to this channel. Tonight is quiet, yet the online world has suddenly become loud with whispers that leave many hearts trembling. Two names often mentioned in the same breath, Kai and Tan Songyun, are now at the center of a growing rumor that they had a heated argument backstage during a prestigious awards event. The news spread quickly, like a cold breeze slipping through a crowd, leaving behind traces of unease and deep curiosity. Has the relationship that once seemed so solid finally begun to crack? Or is this just another misunderstanding blown out of proportion? Let's walk through each moment that slowly shaped this heart-gripping narrative. The evening unfolded slowly, casting the city's sky in soft orange hues when Kai arrived at the venue. He walked with composure, dressed neatly in a black suit, his eyes sharp but showing a tiredness he could barely hide. Not long after, Tan Songyun arrived. Her silky gray gown shimmered softly with her every step. Her smile was faint, polite, but not as warm as usual, as if there was an invisible weight pressing on her shoulders. Some crew members noted the coldness between them, a subtle nod of acknowledgement, and then they each disappeared into their respective preparation rooms. There were no cheerful greetings, no light banter as they used to share in front of the cameras. Only a thickening silence that made even the most casual observer hold their breath. The tension began to unravel backstage, right when the rehearsal call was announced. Kai was reviewing the details of the choreography for the closing segment when Tan Songyun passed by with her manager. A crew member accidentally dropped a prop board with a loud crash, startling everyone. Kai instinctively turned, his eyes met Tan Songyun's. Just for a second, his gaze was cold, yet also held an unspoken sadness. It's said that was when the first spark ignited, a soft question, barely a whisper, "Are you still mad?" It was answered with a brief murmur, nearly inaudible. But it was enough to stir a quiet storm in that narrow hallway. Witnesses said their voices remained low, but the words were sharp. Two people choosing to argue in silence, not wanting the outside world to hear. Every word dropped like a needle, unseen, yet painfully precise. Moments later, Tan Songyun's dressing room door closed harder than usual. A makeup artist claimed her eyes were red, though no tears had fallen. Elsewhere, Kai sat hunched on a lounge sofa, his phone screen showing an open private chat. His thumb hovered, paused, and then tapped delete, as if unwilling to keep traces of the conversation just exchanged. A subtle twitch on his cheek betrayed the frustration within. Cameras in the hallway captured the moment, and within seconds, the photo landed on fan forums. A short caption accompanied it, Kai's expression tonight, "What's going on?" That was all it took to stir the storm. When the stage lights came on, all emotions had to be locked away. The performance went smoothly, as if nothing had happened. Kai walked gracefully to receive the Viewer's Choice Actor award, thanking everyone with a calm, low voice. Tan Songyun smiled gently as she announced the next nomination, her voice clear, her eyes slightly glassy, uncertain whether from emotion or exhaustion. But behind the dazzling stage lights, crew members noticed them pass each other without even a glance, as if a wall had formed between them. That was when whispers began. They had a fight, didn't they? The rumor traveled through corridors, backstage, and finally burst onto social media timelines like a rising tide. After the event, they left through different exits. Kai was the first to leave, head down under a black cap, accompanied by a manager who seemed in a hurry. His car drove off without a flash from the media, a detail that ironically raised more suspicion. 15 minutes later, Tan Songyun appeared, walking quickly with her gaze fixed on the floor, her usual warm smile nowhere in sight. When a reporter asked about their relationship, she responded only with, "Thank you for coming," before walking away. A sentence that should have sounded neutral instead came across as bittersweet to ears attuned to tension. That night, the rumor had fully taken form. And as always, rumors travel faster than truth. Fans' reactions were split. On one side were those in denial, firmly believing the two were too professional to display personal conflict in public. They replayed stage clips, looking for signs that the smiles were genuine. On the other hand, many fans felt a strange ache in their chest, as if Kai's unease and Tan Songyun's silence had reached them through their screens. Hashtags #ProtectTanSongyun and #StayStrongKai trended side by side, an ironic reflection of divided supporters who were equally worried but from different angles. Fan-made edits quickly followed. Slow-motion videos of their brief backstage glance turned black and white, set to melancholy music, as if trying to freeze a fragile moment in time. Not just fans, gossip media jumped into action. Clickbait articles flooded homepages, each claiming insider sources. Some blamed their packed schedules for the tension, while others hinted at professional jealousy, alleging that Shu Kai's upcoming drama would pair him with a trending new actress. Meanwhile, anonymous sources from the production team scoffed at the news, calling it a temporary misunderstanding. The contrast in statements only fueled public confusion. What's real, and what's just sugar-coated noise to attract views? As of now, neither party has issued an official statement. Only a single post from Shu Kai's studio appeared. "Thank you for your concern. Our team asks for privacy." A brief line that felt cold, far from the clarity everyone hoped for. Tan Songyun, on her part, shared a photo of a dusky sky with a short poetic caption. "Sometimes, silence is how the heart speaks." Maybe she was trying to calm herself. Maybe she was sending a subtle message. The public, of course, interpreted at will, adding periods, commas, even entire paragraphs between her words. While time continues to tick, these scattered fragments form a trail of unanswered questions. Was their argument triggered by career pressure, or are their personal wounds left unspoken? Is their relationship truly on the brink, or is this just a test of its strength? Every perspective has its own version of the truth, and often, the truth hides behind a curtain of unspoken emotion. We may never fully know, because people are experts at hiding their softest sides away from the stage, beyond the reach of cameras and spotlight. Now, as the night grows deeper and social media gradually quiets, one thing remains clear. This story is far from over. Like an unfinished drama, each sleepless night will birth new theories, each subtle gesture will be analyzed to pieces. One thing's for sure, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun once shared laughter, hard work, and even moments of deep support in front of the public. If what we see now are only cracks, perhaps beneath it still lie fragments of warmth yet unspoken. Or perhaps, this is the beginning of a new chapter, where they choose to walk separate stages and write stories of their own. Camera lenses can record expressions, but they never truly capture the heart. Rumors can echo loudly, yet often bounce off hollow walls without meaning. In the end, only the two of them know what truly happened during those silent seconds backstage, moments now hanging in the air, waiting for time to unravel their secrets. So, dear drama lovers, tonight's story ends with a question mark heavier than any exclamation point. What do you think lies at the heart of their conflict? Do you believe this is just a temporary storm, or does your gut say otherwise? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let this be a space where we weave both theory and empathy. Don't forget to turn on notifications because the next clue, the next statement, or even the next subtle social media post could drop at any moment. I'll be back with updates as soon as the next curtain lifts. Until then, keep your heart warm. And remember, behind every rumor, there are real people still trying to stand tall, even if it's in silence. Good night, and see you in the next story.